2019 Mercedes Benz G-Class, all new without precedent for nearly 40 years. The Geländewagen wears a fitted suit and gets current mechanicals. You are an official at a standout amongst the most storied and esteemed gadget producers on the planet. You have a huge and fruitful item portfolio, however one gadget specifically emerges from the rest, both for its certain range of abilities and for its supreme profile. Almost 40 years of age, it has gathered a developing army of lovers and accidentally turned into a grown-up toy because of Mercedes' unflinching refusal to modernize it. Regardless of its weighty value, deals keep on climbing with its age, challenging a large number of the for the most part acknowledged precepts of the gadget business. How, precisely, do you facilitate your completely utilitarian, money-printing, totem gadget into the 21st century without weakening its heritage? In a word, precisely. For a case of how to legitimately execute this procedure, look no more distant than the 2019 Mercedes-Benz G-Class. We've loved the G-Wagon since its initiation in 1979, and we're glad to report that our current excursion down Austria's really popular Schuylkill Mountain in the traveler seat of the 2019 G-Class demonstrates its abilities have survived the upgrade in place. With respect to the outside, well, simply take a gander at it. The progressions are subtle to the point that it shows up as though the hard corners were just mollified by the delicate breeze of time. Decorative carriage. While it might appear to be comparative, the essential objectives from the beginning were to enhance things you can't promptly observe, fundamentally among them general unbending nature. Expanded solidness was proficient by concentrating on the development of the body and the associations between the suspension, the drivetrain, and the all-new stepping stool outline. Amid the procedure, extra care was taken to make more tightly bodyboard holes and give more up-to-date incorporation of the wheel curves and guards. The body shell is built with different evaluations of steel while the entryways, hood, and bumpers are aluminum. G-Wagon dedicated will see two outside similitudes. The extra tire cover and the entryway handles are precisely the same found on the active model. The main other remainder part is the front light washers. Look nearly, however, and you'll see a pant bended glass windshield. Rest guaranteed, the rest of the glass is as level as a solidified lake. The G-Wagon is ostensibly bigger as well, estimating 2.1 inches longer and 4.8 inches more extensive than the active model, but at the same time it's an announced 375 pounds more slender. Inside space has expanded, with front legroom up by 1.5 inches and back legroom up by an incredible 5.9 inches. Shoulder inch space are up somewhat also. Inside feel are developmental, mixing the current Mercedes plan ethos with conventional G-Class touchstones. For example, the Traveler get handle and silver switches for the 3 differential locks. Conventional round instruments and a 12.3-inch root show are standard, in spite of the fact that a discretionary widescreen measure show can be indicated that highlights advanced round instruments. Worn front and back seats, calfskin, 3-zone programmed atmosphere control, the glass-board sunroof, a first for the G-Class, acoustic overlaid side glass, and a Burmester sound framework all influence the standard gear to list. The genuine triumph regarding the inside update is the entry of double cup holders front and back, flagging the finish of the line for the G-Class eccentric Nerf ball nut-like work front drink holder. Not solid, Jackson. Contingent upon which side of the mountain you remain on, the choice to swap out the live front pivot for an autonomous setup is either long late or purpose behind some profound self-reflection. Designing the control arm suspension for adequate ground leeway was no simple assignment. The segments are mounted straightforwardly to the edge, without a subframe. The lower arms are mounted as high in the casing as could be expected under the circumstances, and the strut towers in the motor compartment are invigorated with a support known as a suspension connect that likewise adds to the torsional unbending nature of the step outline. The live back pivot is another piece mounted to the casing by means of 4 trailing joints and a panhard bar. Versatile dampers are discretionary. With the change to a free front suspension comes an electrically helped track and pinion guiding framework. Said to utilize less vitality than the old recycling ball setup, it additionally ties in with driving mode choice to tailor its reaction to the coveted setting: Eco, Comfort, Sport, Individual, or the new Go 4x4 romping G mode. More on those in a moment. Fundamentally for the stopping disabled, it likewise allows frameworks, for example, stopping help. The main motivation behind running with an autonomous front setup was, obviously, to give better ride and taken care of on street. Mercedes claims it likewise has risen with more strong rough terrain abilities, something the number seemed to endure out. Ground leeway under the front hub outfit is 10.6 inches, most extreme freedom to the axles is enhanced by about 1/4 of an inch to 9.5 inches, and greatest fording profundity is expanded by 3.9 calls to 27.6. The 26-degree breakover edge and 31-degree edge of approach each are enhanced by 1 degree. Remainder engine, new transmission. Ostensibly the most present-day part of the active G-Class was the G550's twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 that landed for the 2016 model year. It supplanted the old however cherished normally suction 5.5-liter V8, while the 4.0-liter's yield stays unaltered at 416 drive and 450 pounds-to-foot of torque at 2,000 revolutions per minute. It ought to convey somewhat enhanced execution given the 2019 model's lessened mass. All things considered, it as of now was bound to fast in the past G550, and just appeared to be insufficient beside the 563 horsepower Mercedes-AMG G63 or the 621 horsepower V12 negation power G65. Talking about which, you can wager new forms of both those beast Gs are in progress. Additionally new to the G-Class is the fitment of Benz's 9-speed programmed transmission. Albeit as of now being used in different models, the torque converter and the transmission programming have been extraordinarily changed for G obligation. Furthermore, Mercedes claims the wide proportion spread makes driving calmer and more agreeable, particularly at low motor rates, probably because of lower RPM and in this way diminished motor commotion. Besides, the new gearbox is said to add to decreased fuel utilization. Another exchange case gives full-time all-wheel drive, part the torque yield 40/60 front to raise. Low range now gives a 2.93 to 1 rigging lessening, a huge increment over the past model's 2.10 to 1 proportion. It can be locked in at speeds up to 43 miles per hour yet must be chosen when the transmission is a non-partisan. Dynamic Select is close by to tailor motor, transmission, suspension, guiding, and help frameworks to the job that needs to be done. Eco, an idea clearly outsider to most G-Class purchasers, relaxes powertrain reactions for greatest efficiency, comfort bends over backward to indulge travelers, sport modifies move focuses, throttle reaction, the electric power guiding, and the fumes tone, and individual enables drivers to design the settings to their own taste. Dynamic Select works in conjunction with discretionary versatile damping framework by enabling drivers to adjust the damping settings in the comfort and sport mode. The new piece here is G mode, which tragically has nothing to do with 80s rap music yet rather kicks on when one of the 3 differential locks is enacted or low range is chosen. Whenever incited, G mode adjusts the damping, directing reaction, throttle reaction, and moving for unsurprising and created rough terrain conduct. Mercedes-Benz infrequently says no to personalization solicitations of any kind, however most purchasers will probably have the capacity to fill their necessities ideal from the official alternatives list. With treats that incorporate an AMG line outside styling bundle, a formed seating bundle with ventilated and rubbing seats, raised situate excitement, a warm door wood and cowhide controlling wheel, and extra 19 and 20-inch wheel choices, the allurements are many. As car situations go, updating the storied Geländewagen into the 2019 G-Class is an attractive one, but one with foreordained impediments. While there are a lot of subtle elements to come, it would seem that Mercedes didn't foul up its notable 4x4 junkie. Search for the 2019 Mercedes-Benz G-Class to start touching base at dealerships in the United States in late 2018.